Hi, my name is Naomi Johnson. On Wednesday, July the 18th, 2012, my son Deshon Johnson life had ended by a Coach USA bus driver operating New Jersey Transit bus 709. It jumped the curb where my son was standing, knocked him down, and dragged him 50 to 100 feet to his demise. The Essex County Prosecutor Office didn't do anything about it. He did not prosecute, or they did not prosecute the bus driver, nor charge him with vehicular homicide, no manslaughter, or involuntary manslaughter. They allowed the bus driver to walk free. On March the 5th, my son's birthday, I got a call, a disturbing news saying that the bus driver was not convicted. I was very upset when Erica Lou had called and told me that disturbing news. Erica Lou, she told me she wanted to set up an appointment with me and my family, as well as friends, to discuss the outcome. So, my son's friend, James, had called, because I told her I'd call her back, but I was too distraught to call her back. So my son friend James had called Erica Lou. So he scheduled an appointment for all of us, friends and family, to come there and meet. But when we got there, they did not let us in. Why? I don't know. Erica Lou told me only I can come in. And I said, what do you mean only I can come in? But you told me I could bring family and friends. So they came, and now you're not going to let them come in? Of course, everybody was upset and asking why. She said, oh, you just can't. So a friend of mine, she said, well, there's no law that stipulates saying that we can't come in. The case is closed. It's just a meeting. The prosecutor, they didn't have any answer for that. The two lawyers that I had was not any help whatsoever. They stood on the side as they see the prosecutor was giving us difficulty to get in. So I was very, very disturbed by that. I told the prosecutor, I said, it's unfair and unjust for not allow my family and friends to come in, as Erica Lou told us that we can. So later on, she said, okay, well, only James can come in. I said, okay, first you told me he couldn't, now you're telling you can. Which one is it? Once again, they changed their story. So I just started crying. And then I just started saying, you all have your loved ones. You all have your children. You can go home, hug them, and kiss them. But I can't. Deshon was all I had. He was there for me when I had my tremors. My whole right side involuntarily shake on its own. I have nerve damage. I suffer from nerve damage from a car accident in Bloomfield, New Jersey, when a police officer was chasing a stolen car and left me with damaged nerves, which caused me, now I am disabled. My son was helping me out. Now he's not here. When I go into, as they call tremors, involuntary muscle movement, it's very, very vigorous. I am unable to stand or walk, and he will help me. Now, the Coach USA bus driver took him away from me. And the prosecutor did not do what they're supposed to do. They did not properly investigate my son's case at all. As we at the courthouse, I just started crying and crying and crying, and then I start calling out my son's name. Next thing you know, I had what they call a tremor attack, when the right side shakes involuntarily, very aggressively. So my sister Renee helped me down, set me on a bench, you know, trying to calm me down. But that did not work. That did not work at all. So my sister like, okay, let's get up and see if they'll let us in, you know. So she said, let's try again. So I got up. As I got up, my tremors continued on shaking very aggressively. My sister helped me on one side, and a family friend helped me on the other side. And next thing you know, I collapsed. As I was going down on the floor, I heard one of the prosecutor, the chief assistant prosecutor, saying, "Oh, she putting on a show." How horrible is to say to somebody. Now my lawyer, the civil lawyer, Brad Sherman, knew that I was not putting on a show. He knew in August we had a protest in Bloomfield and Brighton Bay, and I had a tremor attack. He witnessed it, but not one time he stepped up on my defense and told the prosecutor she's not putting on a show, she suffered with nerve damages. Well, I don't know what happened, but a lot of people was giving me feelings of what happened to me, because I was unconscious, as they said, for an hour and a half. They said they did not call the ambulance right then and there. So somebody was telling me a police officer picked me up, put me on the bench, because they said I was unconscious for an hour and a half. So all of a sudden, what was told to me, they finally called the ambulance. When Mr. Chief Prosecutor saw that it was not a show, it was truth. So the prosecutor came to my aid, and they was trying to make me come to, but I didn't. Next thing you know, my pulse started dropping, and the paramedics had to rush me to St. Michael's Hospital in Newark. I only went there to get answers about why did they came up with the answer that they came up, why they closed the case. I wound up getting a hospital bill, all because they did not let me and my people come in and sit in the meeting. That was not hard, because the case was closed. It was not in the investigation, and there's no law saying that we couldn't come in the meeting. However, the prosecutor was making it very, very difficult for me and my family and friends. Well, I would like to show everybody a tape. File News was there, and a reporter was there. It was few reporters there who witnessed this horrific, horrible treatment by Essex County Prosecutor Office. Let me show you. Bear with me as I pull it up.
8 months after a young New Jersey man was struck and killed by a bus, his loved ones are still searching for answers. Our Bob Consiglio was with them today as they put those questions to a prosecutor. Barb has more now in a FiOS1 News television exclusive.
It's just like, oh, it was a horrific accident. No, you know, give us answers, give us specific details, tell us what happened. We don't even know the bus driver's name.
On July 18th, 2012, 22-year-old Deshon Johnson was doing what he did every day, waiting for the bus on Broad Street on his way to work. But that day, Deshon was struck and killed as the bus pulled up. His mother has now lost her only child, and it happened 1 year to the day after she herself had been in a terrible car accident.
He had come home to help take care of her and to help provide for her, and this was a kid who did not think about himself. He thought of his mother first.
To this day, Deshon's family has no more information than they did the day he died, but they believe the bus jumped the curb. A grand jury voted not to indict the bus driver, but Deshon's family still does not know what evidence was presented to them. They were set to meet with the prosecutor's office Thursday and were hopeful to get some answers. But just as that meeting was about to begin, Deshon's mother became so emotionally distraught that she fainted. She received medical attention here at the courthouse and was taken to the hospital.
It's very difficult to sit there and watch because you want to offer some type of comfort and support to her, but there's only so much, you know, we can't bring him back.
But what they will do is continue to fight for answers. Hamilton says that bus stop is extremely dangerous and it needs to change before there is another tragedy there.
The right-hand side of the bus jumps the curb every time.
In Newark, I'm Barb Consiglio, FiOS 1 News.
Deshon's mother says her grief deepened 10 days ago, which would have been her son's 23rd birthday.
As you see, there's a lot of information about my son. As you see, what happened to me on a day, how the prosecutor had treated me. I'm no longer going to see my son again. Me and my son was very, very happy until the bus driver ended my son's life. And the prosecutor allowed this bus driver to walk free. He can go home to his family. He can go back to work, but my son can't. They allowed the bus driver to go back to work in September. The bus driver had another incident after taking my son's life. The prosecutor told me, and Brad, the civil lawyer, told me that this bus driver has a clean bus record, which was not true. New evidence and information shows that this bus driver was in an accident in Florida. He was in an accident prior to my son in 2009. He had to take defense driving course. Then after that, 2012, you ended my son's life, and 2 months later, you have another accident? Come on, how clean is his record? Why did not the prosecutor prosecute this bus driver? Not only that, I have more details that I would like to share with the world about this bus driver. Listen to this disturbing information. It shows you how justice is not what it is. It shows you how the criminal justice system had felt me and my son. They treated us as if we was victims. Here's another evidence that I want to share with the world. Hello. I have this is on tape. Let me get to the right one. Okay, here we are. I think this is
at 10:51 a.m. from phone number 8 at 10:51 a.m.
I am trying to get to the right information so you guys can hear, you know, this here information is from It's from
Hi, Naomi. This is Steve.
the lawyer. I hope you all can hear it.
I'm hoping you'll call me because we've rough drafted a lawsuit against the county of Essex on your behalf about the fact that they didn't prosecute the driver of the bus properly. It's called an action for written civil rights action, and I'd like to talk to you about it. I know you had some bad experience up at the prosecutor's office, but we've drafted a lawsuit against the county prosecutor's office and against the state itself, separate from what's going on with Brad, about the failure to, well, they're basically violating your civil rights and your son's civil rights by not prosecuting the defendant culprit who killed him. So I'd like you to call me back. I'm not like Brad or Jerry. I'm very different than them in a lot of ways. But if you would call me back here at the office, I'd like to speak with you so I can give you a copy of the draft complaint and talk to you about we want to file it immediately. So if you could call me back, it would be a lawsuit against the county of Essex and the state of New Jersey for violating yours and his civil rights before not prosecuting the case and forcing them to prosecute it and have the Attorney General's office take over the prosecution because of the conflict. So if you could call me back at 862 area code.
That information was from the criminal lawyer office. I hope you all can hear that. If not, I have another, hopefully clear one for you all to listen. Bear with me again, please. You know. Hold up. This another lawyer. Hold up. Another lawyer who called about what happened to me, how the prosecutor treated me, broke my civil rights, my son and I's civil rights, treated me as if I was the criminal, treated me as if I was some kind of freak show. And this is our justice system. Hold on, please. I'm trying to get to the other one. Bear with me again. I have other information here I'd like to share with the world.
Suing the county and the prosecutor for everything that went on and for investigation and that sort of thing. Appreciate if you give me advice, please. Would really like to be able to explain all this and move along in various different ways. Thank you.
Now, again, here, the other. Hold up.
Hi, Naomi.
Listen to this one.
Gabriel, I have it called. I am the boss at Roberts and Saluti. I'm hoping you'll call me because we've rough drafted a lawsuit against the county of Essex on your behalf about the fact that they didn't prosecute the driver of the bus properly. It's called an action for written civil rights action. I'd like to talk to you about it. I know you had some bad experience up at the prosecutor's office, but we've drafted a lawsuit against the county prosecutor's office and against the state itself, separate from what's going on with Brad, about the failure to, well, they're basically violating your civil rights and your son's civil rights by not prosecuting
Now, that's the information I received from. Hold on, please. Now, it's just not me as a grieving mother. It is what is reality. This is what and how Essex County Prosecutor handled my case in a disturbing way. My son case. My only child is never, ever coming home to me. Never. And they allowed this bus driver to go free? Really? What does the justice system is saying? What message is they giving to us? I thought pedestrians always have the right of way, even though my son was a passenger trying to get on the 709 bus. What happened to the land and the free, the just of the United States? What is there's justice? Is it justice is for the innocent or justice is for the criminal? This man ended my son's life, and the prosecutor office, the county, they covered it up. When we had the protests in Bloomfield, the mayor was saying, why did we have to have it in Bloomfield? Because my son's life was taken in Bloomfield. It was not taken in his hometown, so why should we have it in his hometown? My son's life had ended in Bloomfield, New Jersey, on Broad. When I read the papers, they had all this lies trying to make as if my son was the cause of his own demise. How can you do something? Where's your heart? They have no heart. How can you accuse the victim who's not here to speak for himself? Where's your moral ethics? Where is your compassion for human life? Please, I ask everyone to stand with me and go on change.org and sign the petition. You can Google my son's name, Deshon Johnson, petition, and you will see on change.org. It's just not happening in New Jersey with reckless bus driver. It happened all over the world. There are dozens and dozens and dozens of people losing their loved ones, and these state entities, they are covering it up and they're deeming it as fatality. If I had stopped doing the investigation, trust me, I would not have known what I know now. I would have tucked their word and said, okay, it was a fatality. They call it an accident. That's what they call it. There is no accident. When I hear an accident, I hear a bus colliding with each other, or somebody on a bus and a bus got in an accident and somebody lost their life while they was the passenger on the bus. My son's life was taken. There was a case in Patterson, I think, or Passaic, and a bus driver had killed a man. As he got off the bus he was on as a passenger, the light was yellow, so as the guy proceeded to cross, the light turned red and a bus had hit him. Now the question is, was she set out to kill that man? No. That's what the Essex County Prosecutor told me. Oh, he did not set out to kill Deshon. No, he wasn't set out to kill Deshon.
But we have control of our driving. We have control of that. We have control of our speed limit. And I keep telling them, gravity, when he dragged my son, ended my son's life. Now the Patterson guy, his bus driver was not out to kill him. But guess what? She was charged. His bus driver was charged. She has no record, as they said, but she was charged. Not only that, she was charged. She was arrested. She had bail, $50,000 bail. My bus driver for my son, he gets nothing but walk free. Come on, where's the discrepancy? Where is the discrepancy here? I want justice for my son. I want justice for my son, Deshon. It's unfair, it's unjust to let this bus driver walk free and go home to his family. It's unfair, it's unjust for the prosecutor office to cover up my son's demise and lie to me as if my son was his life was no value. Again, please, everybody, I plead you, please stand with me and support my cause. Change.org is not just for my son, it's for all those who lost their loved ones from a bus accident. You hear all about train accident, but you never hear about buses taking people alive. Go on Change.org. I had compiled so much information about a lot of loved ones